Shocking. Sangwa quits law for politics. Lungu family's worst nightmare and Zambia's new era begins. Zambia's political stage has just been shaken, and no one saw it coming. John Sangwa, the fearless constitutional lawyer who once took on the system itself, has finally made his move. After years of courtroom battles, fiery interviews, and national debates, Sangwa has quit law to enter the battlefield of politics. But this isn't just another political story. Because behind the celebrations and the shockwaves lies something much bigger. Panic inside the Lungu family circle, whispers in PF corridors, and a quiet storm building ahead of 2026. Could this be the moment Zambia's political map changes forever? Welcome to InspirAfrica Official, where we dive deep into the untold stories shaping African politics and power. In today's episode, we examine John Sangwa's shocking decision to abandon law for politics, a move that could rewrite Zambia's political destiny. What pushed Sangwa to take this bold step? How does it shake the Lungu family's influence over Zambia's opposition? And most importantly, what does this mean for the 2026 elections and President Hakainde Hichilema's government? Stay with us as we unpack the facts, reactions, and hidden implications of this political earthquake. Zambia's political arena has entered a new era. John Sangwa, one of the nation's most respected legal minds, has officially stepped away from law to join active politics, a move that could reshape Zambia's future forever. In this exclusive report, InspirAfrica Official explores what Sangwa's bold decision means for Zambia's democracy, how it impacts the Lungu family's legacy, and whether this signals the beginning of a new opposition force. From Lusaka to Pretoria, whispers are growing. Has Zambia just witnessed the birth of its next political giant? Watch till the end for our in-depth analysis and exclusive insights on what this means for the upcoming 2026 elections. The shocking decision: Sangwa has crossed the line. Zambia has just been shaken by a political earthquake, and at its epicenter is a man no one ever thought would join the fight for power. John Sangwa, the fearless constitutional lawyer who built his name challenging presidents and defending the rule of law, has officially quit law for politics. Yes, you heard that right. The same man who stood in the courtroom, finger raised, daring to confront authority in defense of Zambia's constitution, has now decided to step into the political arena himself. It's a move that has stunned both his admirers and critics alike, a decision that many are calling the boldest twist in Zambia's modern political story. In a powerful and emotional declaration, Sangwa addressed the nation, saying, "I have fought for the law long enough from the outside. Now, I want to defend it from within." Those words echoed across Zambia like thunder. Within minutes, radio stations went live, newsrooms scrambled for commentary, and social media exploded with reactions. On Twitter X, his name shot to the top of the trending list, while WhatsApp groups buzzed with one burning question: why now? For over a decade, Sangwa has been the moral compass of Zambia's democracy, the lawyer who challenged Edgar Lungu's third-term bid, who criticized Hakainde Hichilema's constitutional maneuvers, and who never feared to speak truth to power, regardless of who sat in State House. But by announcing his candidacy, Sangwa has done something no one saw coming. He has turned the tables, moving from the role of watchdog to that of a contender. From the courtroom to the campaign trail, from critic to leader, John Sangwa has crossed the line. And Zambia may never be the same again. The reactions: PF shocked, UPND nervous. The fallout was immediate and explosive. Inside the Patriotic Front, PF, still recovering from the death of Edgar Lungu, Sangwa's move landed like a political thunderbolt. Party insiders called it the worst-case scenario. Why? Because Sangwa represents something the PF doesn't have right now: fresh credibility. One PF member told journalists off-record, "Sangwa can attract both the intellectuals and the ordinary people. That's dangerous for everyone." Meanwhile, inside State House, sources whispered that UPND strategists were caught off guard. For months, President Hakainde Hichilema has faced criticism over rising living costs and slow reforms. Now, with Sangwa stepping in, he faces a challenger who doesn't fit the usual opposition mold. Unlike many politicians, Sangwa doesn't carry the baggage of corruption, tribal politics, or personal scandals. He carries something more powerful: trust. Political commentator Dr. Brian Welwa summed it up perfectly: UPND fears Sangwa not because he's loud, but because he's learned. His weapon is not money, it's credibility. The Lungu family factor, a nightmare rekindled, but the shockwaves didn't end there. Within the Lungu family, Sangwa's decision reopened deep wounds and old fears. To them, Sangwa isn't just another politician. He's the man who challenged Edgar Lungu's third-term attempt and fought tooth and nail to stop what he called a constitutional betrayal. During those tense days in 2021, Sangwa's legal actions and fiery statements made him a national figure, but also a sworn enemy of the PF establishment. Now that he's entering politics, many within the Lungu camp see it as a direct threat to their legacy. A family insider reportedly told a journalist, "If Sangwa becomes president, he'll finish what he started, exposing everything Lungu tried to protect." It's no wonder PF loyalists are scrambling to reorganize their ranks, fearing that Sangwa's campaign could unite disillusioned PF supporters, UPND critics, and neutral voters under one powerful banner: reform and justice. In short, Sangwa's entry is the Lungu family's political nightmare come true. The people's reaction: a new hope or a legal trap? Across Zambia, public opinion is divided, but passionate. In Lusaka, youth groups celebrated the announcement, calling Sangwa's move a sign that change is possible. One university student said, "We've had politicians for too long. It's time we had a leader who actually understands the Constitution." But others remain skeptical. Some say Sangwa's brilliance in court may not translate into leadership in State House. After all, law and politics are very different battlegrounds. A political analyst on Radio Phoenix put it this way: Sangwa knows the rules, but can he play the game? Still, the excitement is undeniable. His campaign slogan, "The law must live," has begun trending online, drawing thousands of Zambians eager to see what a Sangwa presidency could look like. Even church leaders and civic activists, once cautious about politics, are showing interest. They say Sangwa represents a rare bridge between morality, law, and leadership, something Zambia desperately needs. The new era, from the courtroom to the ballot box, what happens next could define Zambia's political future. Sangwa's entry comes at a time when trust in politics is collapsing. Many citizens feel betrayed by broken promises, rising costs of living, and endless scandals. Into that frustration steps a man who has spent his career holding power accountable, and now wants to hold it himself. For President Hakainde Hichilema, this means facing a challenger who cannot be easily dismissed as bitter or tribal. For the PF and the Lungu family, it means the man who once blocked their ambitions is back, stronger, louder, and more dangerous than ever. And for ordinary Zambians, it could mark the beginning of a new political chapter, one defined not by parties, but by principles. As one observer put it on social media, Sangwa is not coming to play politics. He's coming to rewrite Zambia's story. Whether that story ends in victory or heartbreak remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: Zambia's 2026 election just became the most unpredictable in its history. The lawyer who once challenged presidents is now ready to become one. And in doing so, John Sangwa may have just awakened a sleeping nation.